1. An unexpected passenger. A cat suddenly jumped into her taxi and refused to leave. At first, Tessa assumed it was just a random stray acting stubborn, but very quickly she realized there was something unusual about the situation. "This is definitely not my cat," the passenger in the back seat said casually. He laughed, shrugged his shoulders, and got comfortable as if nothing strange had just happened. Meanwhile, the cat remained perfectly still. It calmly sat in the front passenger seat, staring straight ahead through the windshield as though it fully intended to stay for the ride. 2. A driver who had seen everything. Almost Tessa Wexler had been working as a taxi driver for 11 years. Over time, she had witnessed all kinds of bizarre and emotional situations. She had driven drunk passengers who cried about their past, helped a woman rushing to the hospital while in labor, and even once discovered a live chicken in her trunk. But this, a cat entering her taxi like a paying customer and refusing to leave, that was something completely new. When she tried to pick it up, the cat flattened its ears and growled softly but firmly, making it clear that it was not going anywhere. "Fine," Tessa muttered. "You win." 3. The start of a very strange day. She decided to keep driving. After all, the meter was running, and she had work to do. The man in the back seat joked that she now had a co-pilot. As the city passed by outside, something about the cat's calm presence made Tessa uneasy, almost as if the animal knew exactly what it was doing. 1 Ride turned into several. What was supposed to be a quick solution became an entire shift with the cat still sitting beside her. 4. Reactions from passengers. Throughout the day, passengers reacted in very different ways. A young woman was delighted and immediately started taking photos. A businessman, initially shocked, ended up laughing and said it was the best taxi ride of his life. The cat even seemed to comfort him during a difficult time. A teenager became instantly cheerful, calling the experience medicine and joking that Tessa should start a cat taxi business. An elderly woman, who had recently lost her own cat, became emotional and found comfort in the animal's presence. However, not everyone appreciated the situation. 1 man with allergies became upset and left immediately. Another passenger complained about hygiene and clearly felt uncomfortable. Despite this, many passengers tipped more than usual, and some even asked if they could adopt the cat. 5. A small clue. During a break, Tessa noticed the cat's red collar and finally checked the tag. It had an address engraved on it, 18 Fairview Lane. She decided that after finishing her shift, she would take the cat home. It seemed like the responsible thing to do. 6. The truth behind the address. When Tessa arrived at the location, she discovered something shocking. There was no house, only an empty lot surrounded by a fence, with rubble and the remains of what used to be a home. A nearby neighbor explained that the house had been demolished months earlier after storm damage. The family who lived there had moved away, and they had left the cat behind. They simply opened the door one day, let the cat out, and drove away. 7. Waiting for someone who never came back. The neighbor revealed something even more heartbreaking. For an entire month, the cat had stayed at the ruins of the house, sitting exactly where the front door used to be. It waited every day, hoping its owners would return, but they never did. Eventually, the cat had to accept that it had been abandoned. 8. A choice and a new beginning. Sitting in the car, Tessa realized something important. The cat hadn't just randomly entered her taxi. It had made a decision. After losing everything, instead of giving up, it chose to trust again. It walked into her car and stayed, as if asking for one more chance. Tessa gently placed her hand on the cat's back. "You're coming home with me," she said softly. 9. A new home. Tessa brought the cat to her apartment. Despite being in a new place, the cat quickly settled in, as if it had been waiting for this moment. She named him Hugo, a strong and dignified name for a survivor. That night, watching him sleep peacefully, Tessa couldn't stop thinking about how someone could abandon such a loyal and gentle creature. 10. The cat taxi. The next day, Tessa made a bold decision. She asked her supervisor if she could bring Hugo to work with her. At first, he refused. But after hearing about the positive reactions and increased tips, he agreed to a 1-week trial. The result? No official complaints. Hugo became a natural at the job. He seemed to instinctively understand what each passenger needed: comfort, joy, or simply quiet companionship. 11. A story that spread. Months later, people began recognizing Tessa's taxi. Some passengers specifically requested it after hearing about the cat taxi. Hugo had become more than just a stray. He was part of something meaningful. He brought happiness, comfort, and unexpected moments of connection to strangers every single day. 12. The real meaning of home. Looking back, Tessa realized something powerful. Hugo had lost everything: his home, his family, his sense of safety, yet he still chose to trust again, and in doing so, he found a new life. Because in the end, home is not an address on a collar tag. Home is the person who chooses to stay.